Yo, what's going on, everybody? We got a lesson in longevity. How Katy won the battle, but Gaga won the war. Was there like a Gaga and Katy beef? Maybe it was more like popularity wise. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it makes sense too. It makes sense that Gaga won the war. She literally has a song in like the top 20 right now. And where's Katy? Out. Unfortunately. Well, maybe actually, fortunately, because that album was shit that she did. What was it? 143 or whatever? 143. Yeah, that shit was ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even listen to it. I know it's ass. Well, maybe it's good. Who knows? But like, look, that's it. You flop when you make bad decisions, like working with Dr. Luke. That's just kind of how that goes, right? So let's see how Katy won the battle, but Gaga won the war.
This is a cautionary tale of longevity. All current main pop girls should hear this unless you want your career to
shit.
die.
I need to listen.
There's once a tale of two pop girl titans who debuted their record-breaking careers in the same month of April 2008.
Actually?
They both
Same
enjoyed
month?
a couple years of #1 hits and radio smashes, but they were at each other's throats. When the two titans went head-to-head for the first time in a chart battle, the giant and more popular Katy Perry won the battle. And she thought she brought down the slightly smaller and more avant-garde Lady Gaga, but she hadn't slain her like she thought. Because now, Katy Perry has the worst, most tragic fall-off in pop music history and is widely ridiculed and disliked by the public and hasn't appeared on the pop charts for 8 years, Lady Gaga is enjoying the biggest hits of her career.
8 years.
And the world is rejoicing in her iconic discography throughout the years.
I don't know about that.
So
when was this
how
video
did
made?
the
No,
bigger pop
143
girl win the battle,
came out
but lose
before
the
this
war?
video.
That's what we're here to talk about today. As well as that topic, we're going to discuss a critical lesson in longevity that all fans of pop music and pop girls should listen to. Let's discuss Katy and Gaga's similar origins.
Guys, I'm planning to be a pop girl, so hey, I should probably take some notes.
Same coin and compare them.
Some mental notes
their
here.
Angry tweets, text, and interviews about each other, and what ultimately led to Katy's demise and Gaga's rise.
Shit.
So before we get into all of it, make sure you hit subscribe to become a student here at Pop Culture University, and like this video, please. It helps out the channel so much. That simple kindness can help my channel blow up. So please like the video.
Guys, go like their video
for today's lesson class. So in 2008, both of these pop divas premiered in actually the same exact month.
Damn, I was 1 year old.
Within a few weeks of each other. Just Dance by Lady Gaga dropped on April 8th, 2008. Becoming her first #1 hit. And then I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry debuted April 28th, 2008. Literally 20 days apart. I had no idea of that. Like, here they are in the same month, unleashing
here we are in the future.
The most notable girls from that time period. So Katy and Gaga, their beef was destined from the start. They both embodied exactly what the mid-2000s pop landscape demanded of them. A zeitgeist controlled by record labels only to feed the monoculture that was itching for more pop stars after the era of Britney and boy bands has ended. But breaking through for Katy and Gaga
that hair,
wasn't
bro.
easy.
This hair just looks annoying, bro. Like, this shit, come on, bro. That had to have been itchy or something.
With limited options to infiltrate the average listener's mind, they had to pull dramatic stunts, put on a
this shit too, bro. I could never be like a fucking pop girl, cause like I'm just not wearing this shit, bro. I'm sorry, like I'm wearing whatever the fuck I want, you know. I'm doing a concert and I'm coming out in fucking a hoodie and some sweatpants, like. I'm not doing all this shit. Like you doing too much.
The average listener's mind, they had to pull dramatic stunts, put on a campy, out of this world gimmick to stand out and appear like pop superstars from the second they were seen. You know, they didn't get a few warm-up rounds like pop stars do now on TikTok and Instagram.
Warm-up rounds.
Soft launch their career. You had to hard launch, and you got one shot at it. back in 2008. Because these girls back then only had a very small window on things like the radio, award shows, or talk shows to make an impression. So Katy and Gaga both adopted a very similar strategy to get their hope and dream of becoming a pop girl to take off. They were both known for their trademark colorful wigs and out of this world's costumes, crazy makeup. I mean, we saw Lady Gaga dressing like she was a freshly slaughtered cow, and we saw Katy Perry dressing like she was on Molly and in a cotton candy wonderland and spewing whipped cream out of her boobs. Both iconic, both very campy, both meant to get your attention because they had one shot, one opportunity. They're both known for their wild stage design, their insane performances, and their attention-grabbing songs. You couldn't just come with a light hit. You had to.
That's why you gotta be a male rapper, bro. Like, you don't really gotta try with that shit. Like, low key, like, you don't gotta do like the crazy music video. Like, you guys saw the Abracadabra music video. Like, that shit. Imagine how much like you have to prepare, how much you have to practice to like go crazy in that video. You know what I'm saying? Like make that video, and then like you have to make choreography for live performances. You have to, I gotta like get the fucking dress and shit, and this dress was made in pure black obsidian. Like that type of stuff. You gotta do all that. But if you're a rapper, like, low key, you could do like, you made the most like, just, if you're a rapper, you just like get all your friends in a video, drive around in a car, and throw money at the screen, and there you go. That's a rap music video, and then you could just go on stage, put a fucking 2 gold chains on your neck, and then like come out with a hoodie and some jeans. Like, that shit is easy as fuck. That shit is easy as fuck. You ain't gotta do the meat dress and fucking I gotta wear 1,600 pounds of hair. Like, nah.
Launch your career back then. So we see them kind of capitalizing on things that would shock middle America back then with songs like
and female rappers. Just rappers in general, honestly.
Mentioning queerness at all.
But female rappers try harder.
Quite
100%.
Scandalous in 2008.
They do more
Lady
dancing.
Gaga's Born This Way, where she's calling out, where she's directly supporting gay people.
You're not gonna see the male rappers
transgender
dancing.
people and mentioning God in her music. But only one of these brands and gimmicks were made to last. The other one was proven inauthentic. As the world needed a pop escape and a portal to soften the everyday hardship of the recession, Gaga and Katy were both fulfilling basically the exact same market of those pop music fans whose vice of choice was recession pop. Now, what is recession pop? Recession pop is marked by
I was just about to ask
pop
that.
Music, simple, catchy, lyrics that repel the current climate of doom and despair and focus solely on partying, dancing, and feel-good lyrics. Kind of like dissociation vibes. Kind of like a manic episode in the midst of the most depressing year of your life. Just partying, feeling good. Think LMFAO and Kesha and Rihanna. No sad girl shit like the slightly better economy of the 20 teens afforded us. You know, there's songs about being a party rocker or dancing till the world ends. Or waking up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy, which did not age well. But Lady Gaga and Katy Perry were right there with them with songs like Just Dance or Last Friday Night. Katy and Gaga will always represent very similar keynotes.
I'm sorry, but like, if we're going hits for hits, like, I'm sorry, but Katy has it. I'm sorry, bro. This is probably a very unpopular opinion, but I feel like Katy is just so much better.
Pop music, and the industry will always analyze the two pop girls
like nowadays, like she's
at the
shit
same
like,
time and place. And
Woman's World is like
factors will take
genuinely like
further than the other,
shockingly bad.
And this can lead to a lot of tension. And did Katy and Gaga feel the tension? They had beef. Lady Gaga and Katy Perry out here were beefing in 2008. Even the video when they first met was so awkward. I feel like Katy was slightly taunting Lady Gaga, telling the paparazzi that she should go take photos of Gaga instead, and saying Gaga's like Madonna but better, but kind of saying it in a Regina George way. You know when Taylor Swift said when she talked to Katy Perry, she couldn't tell if she gave her the most genuine compliment or the most heinous insult of her life?
Keep photographing Lady Gaga.
Sorry?
Hi. I'm a big fan.
Where the fuck even are they? They're just this random ass train station. Like, what? What is this place?
No. Oh, Lady Gaga. How are you?
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh, that's the energy Katy Perry had in these videos. Gaga was on talk shows saying she doesn't think Katy Perry has really kissed a girl and she'd like to see it.
What do you think about songs nowadays like Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl? Do you like that song?
I don't think she's kissed a girl.
I Kissed a
I
Girl
don't
is
think
mid
she
as fuck. I'm
has
not gonna lie.
You know what?
Like Katy has bangers, but that song is not that good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
She's calling her bluff, Miss Religious, you're so gay. Doesn't seem like you were really with that just a couple months ago. And then texts came out that were from this time period of the recession pop era, as in regards to the Kesha, Dr. Luke, very horrible essay allegations that they went through. Katy Perry was somehow involved in that, but we're not going to dive into it. Moral of the story is Lady Gaga texted Kesha that they both know Katy Perry isn't nice. So they were not friends back then. They were not friends at all. And
not to be mean, but Katy looks like a bitch.
To go toe to toe in competition was
just gonna say straight up, I'll go fuck.
Now they both thrived for 2 album cycles, and they would respectfully dodge each other on release days.
And she looks like a douchebag.
Huge #1 hits.
Well,
like
more back then.
Romance
Nowadays,
and
she just
Telephone for Lady Gaga
looks old.
And Firework, California Girls. So many for Katy Perry. A pop girl's lifespan is usually 3 albums, and they were having a showdown that it's either you or me on their 3rd album lead single release on August 12th, 2013. Now, this is a very fateful day. And these songs were Roar by Katy Perry and Applause by Lady Gaga. There's a conspiracy theory that Katy Perry and Gaga wanted to release on the same day because they were originally scheduled for 2 weeks apart, and then they, for some reason, both either pushed back or pushed forward their release. Katy Perry said she wanted to push back her release because part of the music video
Roar
was
is better.
leaked, and
Sorry.
they were like taking a few weeks to change it. And then Lady Gaga said there was an audio leak of her new single, so she pushed her release forward a week or 2, and that just happened to land them on the same exact day. I don't think that was a coincidence. I think they wanted the competition, but this wasn't like a Barbenheimer situation. This was like a Bad Blood situation. People had to choose a side, and this was a blood bath of a release week. And obviously, there's only one #1 spot. They both released their singles along with huge radio push. Both released massively high-budget music videos. Both had a performance on the VMAs on the same night. They were both doing morning talk show performances. Both putting out lyric videos, radio show interviews to boost the songs. Lady Gaga even told her fans to hit a Facebook link and leave their computer open to just stream the song over. That's some
Justin Bieber shit.
On repeat.
Guys, I'll fall asleep and put the song on loop.
Called a Gaga or a Katy, where the cast members of season 5 had to choose which one they were. I mean, I don't even know what being a Katy means besides being a flop. So maybe Tina Cohen-Chang and Artie were Katie's. But anyway, they really split their market down the middle. And this war zone...
Guys, I don't think he likes Katy.
I feel like they had to enthusiastically choose a side. So as the results were in, the next Friday on the Billboard Hot 100, the winner of the battle was... Katy Perry.
Obviously.
And by double. Katy Perry's Roar outsold Lady Gaga's Applause.
Well, to be fair,
by 300,000 units. Katy sold 557,000, hitting #1. Lady Gaga's Applause sold 218,000, hitting #4. Lady Gaga was not a gracious loser. She tweeted kind of mocking everyone, saying Katy was better than her and Katy won the war. She said, "Katy is way better than her. Hashtag you won't use my mind. I write for the music, not for the charts." I mean, that's what I would say if I lost too. But it wasn't just that
for the music,
for Lady
not
Gaga.
the
She
charts.
took more subsequent L's because after
now we don't care about the charts.
Their 3rd studio albums came out. Not in the same week. This time, a few months apart. Katy
why?
won again.
What was that
Not by
frame?
that much, but Katy won. Prism sold 886,000 in its first week, and Art Pop sold 258K in its first week. So
I feel like
Katy
back
won
then, like
by about
album sales were just like way more
units. At this point, Gaga was about
like
to go
everybody was selling like 500K.
After this battle happened, both of them went on with their lives, but Gaga's career kind of hit a lull, if you remember. Art Pop was not really welcomed well at all. If you asked anyone in 2013, they kind of thought Lady Gaga fell off. Unless you were
I was 6,
anyone you asked
so
in 2013
I
would
don't
say Katy Perry would definitely have more longevity.
I was listening
Art Pop was
to
received
fucking
so bad that Gaga almost got dropped from her label.
Counting Stars
That made
by
her manager quit.
One Republic.
She had to fight her label to even put it out. They made her change it a bunch of times, and she almost quit releasing music afterwards just because the whole rollout was so stressful for her. Katy Perry enjoyed
didn't she come back
easy-
with like a Star Is Born? I think that was like her next like big song after like Art Pop. Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong.
Breezy, beautiful.
I got it.
Couple years of success.
I'm definitely
After
wrong.
Prism came out,
because that was like 2019, 2018, no?
2015, which, if you remember, was a year before Lady Gaga did it in 2016, showing that the NFL thought maybe Katy was the bigger buy that we should go with first. And guess what? The person who did it the next year actually proved to be the true winner with longevity. And
John
that's
Mayer.
Lady Gaga. So let's look at the present day standings of both of these pop stars. Their next album, Lady Gaga's Joanne, outsold Katy Perry's Witness by a very close margin. After that,
Joanne, I don't even
outsold
what the fuck
Katy
is that?
Perry's Smile.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of that
5
album.
times over. Chromatical sold 274,000 units. Smile only sold 50,000 units. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing. Yeah, Katy Perry fell off. It's truly, even beyond this video, someone needs to study how someone can be so
come on,
famous
bro. Like,
and
at
then
least be a little
so
fair, you know?
irrelevant and forgotten the next week. And her album after that, 143,
Oh,
that
yeah.
we all witnessed this year.
Bro, Mayhem has already outsold fucking 143, and it's not even out yet.
Bitch like never before.
That's crazy.
Only sold 48,000 units in its first week. Like, it's not a flop era for her. This is her real life. And one song of Gaga's new album, Mayhem, has already outstreamed 143 by Katy in its entirety. One song.
That
and
will,
not Die with a Smile.
Oh,
Abracadabra.
it's not.
If we're looking at the
What?
critical success of the last...
Actually? I was gonna say Die for a Smile. No, I don't believe that. I'm doing my own research. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Let's see it. Abracadabra. Okay, so 119 million. Okay, let's go to Katy Perry. 119 million. Okay. 1432. What, she had extra numbers in that bit. So that's like what, 90 mil. Yeah, that song has more stream. I was gonna say Die with a Smile. I was, if he said like, oh, Die with a Smile, like I'll stream, I was gonna be like, well, yeah, like, wait, this shit is already at 2 billion. What the fuck? What the hell? Shit, I'll put it on my album too. The hell?
last decade.
I don't know why people complain about. I see why people complain about Die with a Smile being on Mayhem, but like, why the fuck not? If Bruno's not gonna fucking put out this bullshit album, I might as well put it on my album type shit. You know, get my sales up. You know, put the really popular song on it type shit.
14 Grammys.
Damn.
1 Oscar and has 5 top 10 hits.
Might as well.
And 2 #1 hits since 2017. Since 2017, Katy Perry has had 0 Grammys, 0 Oscars, 0 top 10 hits. So it's very clear that Lady Gaga won the war.
Wait.
0 Since 2017, Katy Perry has had...
No. Never really over... Did that hit top 10? Oh, wait. I actually might not have. Hey, that was a banger,
0
though.
Grammys, 0
That was
Oscars,
like, what, top 20?
0 top 10 hits. So it's very clear that Lady Gaga won the war. So even though Katy Perry was the much bigger artist at their 3rd album cycle, why did Lady Gaga achieve longevity and Katy absolutely did not?
Because she had a personality.
Looking back, you could see the cracks in Katy Perry's formula even back then. Even though Roar was a #1 single, it didn't sound much different than anything else she's ever done. It was just a
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
What type of personality like do you see in Katy when you're listening to Roar? Like, it's literally like I like Roar, but like, come on, bro. Like, shit is like the most basic thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, I'm strong. Like, oh, I got the eye of the tiger, the fire. Like, okay, and like, what? Like, everybody can say they're strong. You know, like.
Well placed, easy to jive to, Katy Perry song. There was no change, no growth, no risk. It sounded like Firework and Part of Me. Roar was a big hit because it made you feel empowered in yourself and made you think of your own story in your mind. And we love that. It's an iconic hit. But didn't she already kind of do that with Firework and Part of Me? There wasn't any identity of Katy in that song at all. And looking back, there wasn't much of an identity of Katy in any of her songs. She just made super palatable, super fun, super good, and as least offensive as possible.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Pop music. She's like the definition of playing it safe.
And then when she did fucking Witness, she was doing the most, and then everybody was like, kind of like, ugh, like no, like everybody was like, damn, like I don't really fuck with that type shit.
Even Hannah Montana had more risky music than Katy Perry back then.
Hannah
Katy Perry's
Montana
music was engineered for everyone to like it, and everyone will like it. if it's a
everyone
good
likes
song,
it,
if it's a trendy song, if
no
it's a
one
song that
likes
goes
it.
with the times. Katy relied on what I call the hit machine, where you have nothing to stand on and nothing to rely on. If your song is not the best and it's not a huge hit, people will not care because that's all they come to you for. Once the hits stop hitting, you're instantly out. You are just relying on your song being a hit. Your career's in sudden death at all times. That's what we can learn from Katy Perry. Now, if you're someone like Gaga who has real rapport with her fans, what happens if your song isn't the best, if your album is decent, it's good, but it's not your best? Your fans will still come out and support you and come back for more. They identify with you. They support what you stand for, and they kind of feel like they've read your diary and are deeply invested in your life. They're not just listening to it for the fact that it's a hit. They're listening to it because it came out by you, their favorite artist. They appreciate your artistic vision and will listen to your song 15 times until it grows on them just because they're so loyal to you. And now the world is trying to.
The fact that Disease has like 100 million streams is kind of a miracle, you know?
Katy Perry was effectively replaced by.
Oh, I agree with this. I think whatever you said, I agree.
So loyal to you. And now the world is trying to warn current day pop stars like Dua Lipa of the Katy Perry trap. Katy Perry was effectively replaced by Dua Lipa, at least in my opinion. They both make the very palatable, very catchy, simple pop songs that are as least offensive as possible, not personal at all, not autobiographical at all, just a good voice and a catchy hit song. But people are.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because, like I said,
when has like Dua Lipa ever like made a personal song? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something that really like hits you, type shit. You know? Like, I don't really remember. Like it's just like don't come out, and it's like, oh, I'm levitated. Oh, I'm levitated. Oh, I'm levitated. Oh, we're gonna dance tonight. Like, all we're doing is fucking dance. Like, goddamn, can we do something else? Type shit. Like, oh my god, holy, I fuck Dance Tonight. I fucking hated Dance Tonight. That song was so boring. I was so, every time it came on the radio, I just immediately skipped that shit. Like, that song actually pissed me off. Houdini was good though. You know, I think Dua Lipa kind of realized that she was kind of like in the Katy Perry lane, so she tried to like switch it up on Radical Optimism, but it might have been too late, bro, because that album did not do that good. Let's be honest.
Pop girls' careers usually only last 3 album cycles, and she hasn't really showed anything of her personal life on any of her songs. We feel like we really don't know her. In interviews for her album Radical Optimism, she was asked, why don't you share more about your relationships or struggles you've been through or things about your personal life? And she just kind of said, I don't feel the need to exploit my personal life or kind of ruthlessly share what I've gone through with other people just to make people like my songs. And that's good and fair.
I get that, but like that's
dandy. And you can still make really amazing club bangers with that material, but it's not going to keep her at the level that she would want to be. And what happened with Radical Optimism, it's already showing a decline in her career. She's falling into the Katy Perry trap, destined to be replaced by the new it girl who captures the new vibe and trendy sound of the next few years and replaces her. And Katy Perry thought she was hot shit back in the day because she was the pop star who was the best at appealing to the trends of the early 2010s. But what happens when those trends stop? Well, Katy Perry didn't realize this. Lady Gaga was playing the long game. She sacrificed appealing to everyone in the moment and risked alienating more of the general public, but what she gained was a passionate group of fans. Katy Perry had a passive group of fans. Of course, people were going to hate art pop at first. Sarah and Hannah from Jacksonville, Florida, wouldn't know what to do with this album, and we can't expect them to. Lady Gaga even marketed this album as the future of music and ahead of its time and where music is going. And at the time, no one believed her. Critics roasted it. The public thought she was so desperate for attention. But now, critics and the public alike have changed their opinion and were like, oh my God, this hyper pop, super electronic, dance-infused album was actually way ahead of its time. And a ton of pop girls today have referenced this album and Gaga as their inspiration. Fans are even demanding an art pop part 2. And I just think it's ironic that Abracadabra by Lady Gaga is so art pop influenced and so art pop coded, and it's now heading for #1 on the Billboard chart because truly the world just wasn't ready for that kind of music back then, but Gaga saw where it was going. And
I don't know about #1.
Maybe,
so I don't know.
For her success. It's
maybe after the Drake album bomb, we'll see.
Abracadabra be such a big hit, especially that this is now over a decade since the Roar and Applause art pop prism battle. So fucking iconic. While Katy Perry was busy making #1 hits that burned out, Lady Gaga was world building, maybe not getting #1 hits, but fortifying her career with a very stable base of rabid, loyal fans.
True.
The fans that would never forget or lose passion for her. Think of fan bases like Charlie XCX's or Lords or Marina and the Diamonds. They're not the biggest artists in the whole world, but they have people who will always come back for their albums and keep their career really steady, because there were
once you got gay people in your fan base, hey bro,
when she was boldly standing up for trans people and gay people. She even almost got arrested
what did I just say?
in Russia because she was so bold in being loyal
Those people
to her
will
gay
fucking
fans
die for
and
you, dude.
the people who really gave her her career. She risked alienating a lot of people with how
They will go to
experimental
war.
she would get, with how raunchy she would get. I mean, Katy Perry was making songs like California Girls, and Gaga made a song like Government Hooker. Since Lady Gaga always put her neck on the line to reinvent herself
Government
and entertain
Hooker.
her fans and always be
sorry, I
loyal to
don't know
them
what that
for what they
is.
stand for, in return, they showed her loyalty back.
I don't even
Lady
think I
Gaga
wanna know
really
what that
built
is.
A brand
A
and
government
identity for
hooker.
herself that has achieved her longevity, and I think we're gonna look back at Lady Gaga in 50 years like Madonna that we do now. Someone who was so massively impactful in pop culture, we just didn't realize it in the moment.
I would say Taylor. Look, I would say Taylor Swift is Madonna, bro. Let's be honest. I mean, like, the impact is just like there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Taylor Swift is Madonna. Lady Gaga, she's not Madonna. Well, no. Actually, I can see why people would say that Lady Gaga is Madonna. Like, the more like the influence. Yeah, no. I see it. No, I actually see it. Cause no. Okay, I see. Okay, Taylor Swift is Michael Jackson. Okay, Lady Gaga is Madonna. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. This makes sense.
And even though she changed up her genre so many times, from like acoustic to then dance to then country to then hyperpop, then back to house music, so many different things, there was always a constant thread in her career and her story. And that constant thread of Gaga's career was she was a conceptual genius. She had a very stubborn, individualized artistic vision that she was not going to sacrifice for anyone else. And she was a leading mind that melds pop culture, where Katy Perry was just living in pop culture. You might hate me for saying this, but I think the chart success disguised Katy Perry as Lady Gaga's peer and equal, but she never was. Here's my final thesis in this lesson of longevity, students. The moral of Katy Perry's career is, I'm here to make hits. The moral of Lady Gaga's career is, I'm here to make art. So I hope I explained it well. I feel like I just rambled for so long, but
No, I
guys
get
for
it.
attending this class lesson.
Makes sense.
Tell me what you
I
think.
learned a lot.
And this goes without
I learned
saying,
more
Katy
from this
Perry's
video
iconic
than
no matter
I
what.
learned from school
We gotta
today.
Respect her. Subscribe to enroll
That
here at
actually
Pop
is
Culture
true.
University with your Professor Patty.
Unfortunately.
Like the video to be a good student, or I will spank you on the booty in front of the whole class with a ruler. So like the video right now and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed. Bye.
All right, guys, go subscribe to Patty Pop Culture. This is a fire video. Most of the things I agreed with. Low-key, okay, I agreed with everything in this video, but like low-key, I just rather listen to Katy Perry songs. I don't know. Maybe I'm just basic. I'm basic as fuck. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Lady Gaga, she be doing too much. No cap. Like, it's just personally not for me. You know what I'm saying? None of her songs really stuck out to me, you know? But, I respect her music more than I like it, which I think is fair. But, yeah. Guys, go subscribe to Patty Pop Culture. Subscribe to me. Go follow my Twitter. Go, subscribe to my second channel. And, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, because I'm doing daily uploads. Yes, I did upload this at, like, 11 p.m., but, hey, fuck you. It's the day, or whatever. Fuck you.